Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order the council meeting for Tuesday, May 6th. Could I please have a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, could I please have a roll call?
William McCoy.
Here.
Nadira Robinson.
Here.
Justin Queenan.
Here.
Natalie Colson.
Here.
Jasmine Griffin.
Here.
Rashad Bates.
Here.
Rebecca Smith.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from our previous meeting?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. We had an executive session this evening about real estate and litigation. We have a presentation this evening by City Year. Forward, welcome.
Good evening. My name is Daryl Blundridge. Living in the Norristown area. Thank you for having us this evening. I'm joined by my colleague, Marjorie Morris, who will also be speaking. And we're going to talk a little bit about the service we are now doing in the Norristown Area School District as of this year, the two schools we're serving in, to give you all a little bit of an update about who City Year is, what we do, why the work we do is important, and how we hope to grow this partnership over time. So if we go to the next slide, I've just touched a little bit on our agenda, the who, the what, the how, and the why, and to let you know a little bit about the difference that we've been seeing in terms of the results of the work we've been doing. So if we advance to the next slide after this, yes, it's okay. We'll go back to the what is City Year, yes. So what is City Year? It is an education nonprofit. It's also an AmeriCorps program, which means that like many other programs that were created to meet various needs, whether that be in the education space, environmental space, housing, or other spaces like healthcare, City Year was created as a nonprofit under the umbrella of AmeriCorps, which is a federal program that provides funding along with several other sources to advance this work. This program consists of 18 to 25-year-olds who are committed to working in our schools and working towards student success, academically, emotionally, personal development skills, and in other ways. The young people who serve, which I'll talk about in a little bit, are 18 to 25-year-olds who come from various backgrounds, from different parts of the country, as well as in the city and the surrounding areas. As I said, of many ages, different educational backgrounds, but all committed to serving and supporting the students in the schools in which we work. Next slide will tell you a little bit about our history. So while City Year first started in Boston in 1988, the idea being that young people could come together from different backgrounds and make positive happen in whatever communities that they served in, that idea spread across the country, came to us in 1997 via Joe Banner, who was then president of Philadelphia Eagles. He brought it from Boston. It took off from there. It now is in 29 cities throughout the country, as well as affiliate organizations in South Africa and the United Kingdom. But here, since 1997, we've had about 3,000 young people go through this program and serve. We've served about 8,000 students just this past year alone, and we are about 7th in the City Year network in terms of our size and the work that we do. In terms of our other things to note is that we have about 100 folks engaged in service, and they performed over 200,000 hours of service last year. This year we were in 13 schools, 2 of them being in the Norristown area and the other 11 being in the city of Philadelphia. And our focus is, of course, tutoring and mentoring, and not only developing the students in the schools in which we serve, but also developing those 18 to 25-year-olds to have strong workforce skills for when they leave us, and also to be civically engaged and serve as civic leaders. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Marjorie to talk a little bit more about the members and what they do.
Good evening, President, Vice President, Council members. As Darrell mentioned, I'm Marjorie Lacuna Morris, Senior Director with City of Greater Philadelphia. So who are Senior AmeriCorps members? So serving as student success coaches, our AmeriCorps members are 18 to 25-year-olds. They're lifelong learners and are future civic leaders. They're placed on a diverse team where their skills and strengths are leveraged to support the classroom and the whole school community. So their shared experience together on a diverse team, they build their teamwork skills together, and they connect through their year of service. And so while they're doing that, they're supporting the education equity of the students in that school, at the same time building their own developmental skills to be our future community leaders. So in addition to their school service during the school day, we also give them 200+ hours of professional development throughout that year. And that is a series of community-centered activities that are created to help them develop their own skills, share their meaning in their shared service of journey, and support an even greater impact with their students. Next slide, please. So you don't have to listen to me and Darrell the whole time. You can watch this video and hear from our core members and students. Thank you. Okay, so this is the first year outside of City or Philadelphia history where we have a partnership outside of Philadelphia with the Norristown Area School District, and it's all thanks to Assistant Superintendent Yolanda Williams. She heard about us at an education conference, sought us out, and we're serving at both the high school and the Roosevelt campus this year. Our aim was to have 6 core members at each of the schools. We did not reach that. All the core members that are serving in both of those schools are not Norristown residents, so that's the primary reason of us joining the meeting. We would love to encourage Norristown graduates and Norristown young adult residents to consider serving with us for the coming years. Next slide, please. So how City Year works in schools. So City Year partners with schools to increase student achievement, and we reach school-wide improvement goals by providing whole school and focused supports. And we utilize research-based programming. So the centerpiece of our work is our holistic service model, whole school, whole child. And this model is designed to leverage City Year assets that are unique in a school context. So, organizing school-wide events and initiatives that engage students, the staff, and the students' families in the life of the school. For example, the Thanksgiving event at Roosevelt and other events at the high school and at Roosevelt. Supporting response to intervention capacity to provide real-time response to student need. Providing full-time near-peer tutoring and mentorship. Providing highly organized, supervised, and trained impact managers. These impact managers are our City Year staff who manage and support our school-based teams of student success coaches. And this is all to foster a culture of energy, and it promotes engaging learning environments in our partner schools, so both the high school and at Roosevelt. In addition to that, the out-of-school time, our student success coaches, they shine and they bring their own interest to the students with both lunch group and after-school programming. And the after-school program is free of charge to our partner school students. I also want to emphasize that our whole school, whole child model, it's guided by rigorous data collection and a review process that's used in very close partnership with our teachers and our principals. And so with monitoring individual student performance, we tailor the types and intensity of supports needed, whether that is attendance monitoring and incentive programs, behavioral supports, and of course, performance in math and English. Daryl for evidence of our impact.
So yes, to begin to wind down our presentation, certainly the idea of us serving is great, but what are we doing and is it making a difference? So some of this data, I can tell you it's not Norristown specific, but speaks to our work across our schools right now, speaks to doing a couple of things. One, helping students who are doing well continue to do well. So that's considered our prevention work. So that's speaks to the stats of students who started with a C or better, maintaining that, continuing to do well. Other work is more of a model of bringing them back on track. So students who may have not been doing as well, getting a D or an F, bringing that grade up. We see that we're maintaining in the spaces in which students are doing well already in math and reading. We're seeing that we're bringing them up in areas in which they are off course. We look at assessments as well as grades. And then attendance. Students not there, they can't perform well, right? So how are we helping improve students get to attendance, or we use that 90% ADA or average daily attendance as a marker? Because when you think about schools being 180 days a year at a minimum, if a student is 10% off of that, that already means they've missed 18 days. 18 days is 3.5 weeks of school, which is virtually a month of learning, right? So the ability to get students to at least that 90% or better is critical for them to do better in any of those other subject areas. And certainly how they see themselves, how they see their ability to work with others speaks to that area as well. Now, then we look at what our principals and administrators and what our teachers saying, and they are agreeing with us, as you can see again from the stats, that we are having a positive impact through those relationships, through the work we're doing on their instruction, as well as on their emotional health and well-being and their connection to the school. And our teachers are also agreeing that the work that we're doing in the after-school spaces is helping to contribute to that. and as well as helping contribute to a positive school environment. Some of this is just about getting students excited to come to school. Most of us think about our schooling. It wasn't about a classroom experience or a particular something that we read or a particular assignment. It was about the moments that we had in terms of fun times in the school. The dances, the fairs, the carnivals, all those other things. What we did in the classroom was important, but the rest of that set up the environment for us to want to be there, and that's what we are working with schools to help create and maintain. If we can advance to the next slide, and then one more after that. So in terms of the Norristown community, we spoke to our aspirations of continuing in the school district, hopefully growing over time. We certainly want to do that in partnership with the community and having young people, 18 to 25, from the community serve in that enroll as student success coaches. There are a number of benefits that come from that experience for them. There is a living stipend, a living allowance that they receive during that time. There are health benefits. There are options that leverage our partnerships with colleges and universities, where they're leveraging their educational award into that space, as well as the training and support that we have with them. While we don't want a team just of Norristown folks in the schools, we want that diversity of experience of Norristown folks and students from Philadelphia, from around the country coming together and do that. We want the representation from Norristown. So that is, again, a key message from us for how we would love to partner in going forward. We've been doing some outreach to various organizations across the area, and we'll continue to do that, but we also wanted to talk with you all about that and share with the community the opportunity for that. I think we have maybe one more slide after this that speaks to, well, this speaks to the benefits that I was talking about in terms of the stipend, the educational award. That $7,300 can go towards student loans or can go towards advancing your education. That would go very well towards Montgomery County Community College tuition, go far in carrying that. Or like I said, we have other colleges and universities in which they recognize that with additional scholarships or additional dollars. And we're working to branch into other areas too. So we know not everybody is interested or wants the college track, so how are we partnering in other spaces as well? I think we can move on to the next slide after that. This just speaks to the work that we do to be diversified in our funding. So you can see that we do have the federal funding that I talked about. I will tell you that we have come under the gun with some of the federal changes and cutbacks like everyone else. So we are working through that real time. But we also have private donations and funding through corporations, through foundations and individuals. In fact, we're hosting a big event this Thursday to keep that going. And then we have district and state funding. So again, in Philadelphia, our district contributes just like it does in Norristown. We have state funding that of course benefits both school districts, and we have city funding that comes from Philadelphia. We hope to over time build your trust and respect to perhaps pursue those conversations as well. But again, here we are just introducing ourselves and looking forward to the opportunities to build the partnership here in Norristown. I think that concludes, well, I thought it concluded. Basically, again, just want to keep up our outreach efforts to bring more people awareness, more connection to City Year and the opportunity to serve, partner with organizations in the community that can help advance that, and continuing to, again, fund and advance this great work. So I'm confident that besides a slide of our core altogether, that's my last speaking comment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Council, any questions? I have one.
Yes.
So I heard that one of the main goals of coming here to present was a need for Norristown residents or recent Norristown graduates to participate. When is your application deadline? Where can people find application information?
Yeah.
How does somebody from Norristown become a City Year member?
So we happen to have flyers on the table in the back to the left as you go out the door for anyone that would like to grab some. We can also share information electronically to whomever you'd like to delegate to help blast out. Our application process is ongoing. So we are, for the upcoming school year, we're in the process of collecting applications and reviewing, and I think we're in a window of turning around responses within 2 to 3 weeks after the interviews. So happy to have the conversations with anyone who might be interested.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
On to our announcements. Vice President Bates, do we have any announcements this evening?
Ooh, yes, we do. So we have a community-supported agriculture, the Lancaster Farm Fresh Co-op. That's for 27 weeks of local organic produce from small farms from April 28th to November 1st. They'll have fruits, eggs, meat, cheese, herbs, flowers, and yogurt. And Thursday's pickups are on Locust Street in Norristown. Also on Tuesday, May 13th, does it go off? Councilwoman Natalie Colson will be having a water ice event at Joe's Water Ice on 310 East Johnson Highway. The first 400 people with this card will get a free water ice. Are they back there? Do you have these back there? I do. And there's some back there on the table there for you to grab. Not done yet. George Washington Carver Center has a designer bag bingo May 17th at 6 p.m. at the Carver Center. They're also celebrating their 65th anniversary June 8th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Normandy Farms. Norristown Public Library is having their June Jazz event on June 10th from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Von C. And the LCN, the Literacy Council of Norristown, will be having their Loggers for Literacy May 13th at 6:30 p.m. at Von C as well. That is all I have.
Thank you. Council, any additional announcements?
Yes, thank you. Not so much of an announcement, but just a thank you. I just wanted to express my deepest thank you to all of Norristown, and specifically to the constituents and residents and administrative staff here at the Norristown Municipality. Maybe you know, or maybe you didn't know, but I did experience a loss in my family. But the overwhelming response from the community, the amount of people that have reached out, I didn't think that anyone else knew, right? But I just wanted to say thank you for the amount of people that have reached out, and to our constituents for your patience during this time as I've been catching up and did take a little bit of bereavement time from my regular work day. But I just wanted to honor that. I think we call out a lot of stuff, but I wanted to call out the kindness and the acts that have come in through this municipality. I greatly appreciate it. I lost a father figure, my pastor, who was of great service to our community and served here in Norristown for over 30 years. But more specifically, the last time that he and I really shared space together was when he swore me into this office back in January. So I just wanted to name that appreciation. I really do appreciate y'all. I'm gonna stop now because I feel the tears coming. But if you could have seen my inbox, the calls, just the constituents, the amount of support, and I really did not even expect that or see that coming, but I did want to take this moment and this opportunity to openly say thank you. It is greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Council. The hard one to follow up with, but does anybody else have any other announcements? All right, seeing none, we will move to response to questions from our last council meeting. Administrator Leitner.
Thank you, Madam President, and you're right, it is hard to follow up after that. So we'll get straight to the point. There's quite a few questions that came in over the last council meeting. The first one, Mr. James Water so eloquently talked about the flood gauge. So he referred to the flood gauge and asked why it was turned off. So as we're looking into that, we're still doing some research to look into why these, researching your question. But what we found, though, that all the flood gauges in the Schuylkill River and Stony Creek and Sawmill Run are operational. The other thing, too, working with our Public Works Director, we are going to be working with the Corps of Engineers to really research and find out if there's more things we need to look at and research. So we don't have a full answer to your question, but we are currently continuing to work on it. So everything is operational, and we are going to work with the Corps of Engineers to try to get some more answers, okay? The next part that came up was Mr. Derek Jones. I'm going to combine these all into one. Mr. Derek Jones, Cynthia Alvarado, and Arena Williams, all are from SRC. So the first question more so was about the cleanup. We did work with them, and I did meet with SRC. We are looking to see how we can partner together and help them with some of the efforts that they're doing within the community, which is cleaning up and helping neighbors. The other question that came up from SRC was about the dog waste stations. We have ordered and received 23, and this is what they're actually called, mutt mitt containers. Mutt mitt containers. So these are the dog waste stations that we will be putting throughout the municipality within the parks. We are also going to plot those on our GIS map so people will know where they're located and what parks they're in. So that will take a little time to get those plotted on the GIS system. But they are in, and our Public Works and team will start installing them shortly. We also are placing signs up as well to ask people to clean up after your dog. You will see those signs go up into the parks and other places where people walk their dogs. The other question that came up was from Mr. Rocco on Cone Street about some neighbors that are feeding stray cats. We have went out to the area. We did talk with the individual that is doing the feeding of the stray cats. They have been warned. We've asked them to cease and desist, but we will continue to monitor them to make sure that they're not continuing to feed stray cats. The other question that came up was from Ms. Yvonne Platts, I believe, and this is talking about the police report, the police study. I did meet with Ms. Yvonne Platts a couple of times. Again, we still stand on that. She applied for an appeal at the state. The state denied the appeal. We provide them with, she asked about the right to know for information within the report. We provided her with everything we can. Some things were redacted, and again, she appealed it at the state. The state upheld our response, but we have talked, and we will work with her or others in the community to address some needs that, if there's certain things they're looking for, we'll try to help them where we can. And I believe the last one here was from Miss Alvina Heyman, and she had asked about the no truck parking law that would be enforced, and this is in Norris Hills area. So we did look into that, and we found out that, and she also asked about the trash cans that were damaged. So Mascaro does have a process. If you have a damaged trash receptacle, Mascaro does have a process. You call this number, 1-800-432-1616, and you call them and let them know that your waste recycling bin is damaged. They will come out within 48 hours. Now, these are 48 hours Monday through Friday, not including weekends. And they will repair or replace your waste can, waste can, I should say. She also asked about the no truck parking. We did go out and look at that. The no truck parking sign was removed. We don't know when and when it was removed, but we went out, we replaced that no parking sign, and our parking enforcement officers are now monitoring that area to make sure that no truck parking is enforced. Those were the questions that came up last week, and we're continuing to monitor those areas. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Secretary, do we have any public comment this evening?
Yes, the first one, Sean. That's Sean.
Cool. Can you guys hear me? Cool. So I'm here again just to plead for help again with the conditions of the 500 block of Swede, specifically Church Street. Please help us. We don't know what else to do. The conditions, we thought they'd get better, but it seems to be worsening. And we just don't have any ideas anymore. It's unsustainable the way the things are. Please help us. If any of you are willing to meet with me after to maybe strategize some ideas, anything, just the way that things are right now cannot continue. It's not good for Norristown. It's not good for anyone here. It doesn't make sense that it continues like this. It feels like we kind of are turning a blind eye, and we need a little bit more help and a little bit more support in this area. So if any of you guys are willing to meet with me after the meeting here, I'll be here. I'll wait. Please some help is really needed, and it would be really good for Norristown if we could really get this under control. Thank you, guys.
David?
Good evening. My name is David Spatofsky. I'm an attorney in Norristown. I'm a neighbor of Sean's. I've been here before as well. And we're on the 500 block of Sweet Street, half a block from the courthouse and the new Justice Center. And it is a dangerous situation on Church Street. It's extremely dangerous. There's a lot of heavy drug use. There's a lot of fighting in the street. People are getting hurt, but somebody's going to be killed. It's a very dangerous situation, and it needs to be addressed. Lawyers used to populate that block, and there are very few left. There are a lot of empty buildings. They are not being maintained, and it's just a very big blight on the borough, and it needs to be addressed. Thank you.
James Waters?
Good evening, everyone. This is my study on the flooding of the Schuylkill River. First off, I'd like to say that I understand the problem with the trashy alley at 1216 West Airy Street is being taken care of. Heard that about an hour ago on Next Door. I want to thank you folks for taking care of it. As I said last meeting, my main topic for 2025 is flooding. And I believe that the flood victims in Norristown, Bridgeport, West Norton are a class. Now, what I have to do is convince a judge that this, in fact, is a class that have been put upon unduly because of flooding. Now, what this is going to be is a brief. And this is the story of the destruction of the Schuylkill River with respect to flooding. And it's a three-part series. It was published in the Times-Herald, and it kind of validates me as being a historian. Now, all these studies that I've compiled into several different books. Now, this book here, Homeland Security is Everyone's Responsibility, Get Involved. This is part one, and it has all the documentation of the flooding. Front page, Times-Herald, all the way up on the Perkiomen, what the flood gauges were in Norristown, everything from the tributaries, so on and so forth. But what I'm attempting to use is the Integrated Water Quality Report mandated under the Federal Clean Water Act, which is celebrated its 50-year anniversary. And this was published in the Inquirer. And it reports, finds Philadelphia regions are most polluted. Montgomery County streams, or 75 of them are polluted. So I'm using basically all this information, and as I said, I think last time I showed everybody the picture of our governor who, when he was Attorney General, and it kind of says that this is, in my interpretation, this is a violation of our Constitution, and I would like to thank Norristown Citizens Leadership Academy, because I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for this, and you can thank Kevin for that. And I think you all are involved in kind of bringing back the civics class that was lost how many years ago? Thank you. Appreciate it. Looking forward to more of this. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I gotta go.
I got another one. Rocco?
Hello, guys. How you doing? You guys okay? Got a problem. Somebody keep trashing my basement steps. Okay, because you guys put a sign up on my handicaps down every block down, and I took somebody's parking spot. Okay, I want you guys to remove that sign down on Beach Street, Beach Cone, in the corner, and leave my sign in front of my house alone. Okay? Because I got a note today from somebody that told me, hey, you guys are gonna find me some money because I got my sign in front of my handicap sign from my house. In the morning when my wife go to work 2 days a week, she don't feel safe for some of the neighbors I got. Okay? They got people moving in and out all the time. Somebody moved down, somebody moved in. Now we got a guy, and I'm not saying, I had an argument last Sunday, okay? Because I find an Amazon box out of my bed under the steps. And I said to the lady, she got a business on Main Street here, what's this box do that? He said, it's not my box. I said, I'm not buying Amazon, you guys are. Okay? Then, I don't know if it's her brother, or boyfriend, or whatever it is, he faced me on the day after. I was getting a box out of my truck. I opened my back door. He opened up the door for his car. He won't let me go through it. I'm one guy, I'm a pretty patient guy. Because if I was a guy, a hot-headed guy, I would smack the piss out of him. Okay? So you guys better do something. Leave my sign alone. Take that sign down Beach Street off. So everybody will be happy. Okay? I heard you talking about that. Okay? So, and my wife, me and my wife, we don't feel safe. I've been living there for 53 years. This last couple of years, that's the only couple of years we're not safe. I know you guys say, why aren't you moving? Because I can't afford to move. Okay? What I gotta do is these people that come out from somewhere else, they moved in, they pay rent, and then somebody moved down, somebody moved back in. So I need an answer of you guys. You guys got my cell phone number. And the township has. Give me a call and let me know what the hell is going on. Somebody's got to investigate these people. Okay? And they got one guy got a kid. He's sleeping daytime and nighttime he's up to 11, 12, and 1 o'clock in the morning, running around like a horse barn. Like a horse is wild. And my wife got to get up sometime at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she can't even get up. She can't sleep at nighttime because these kids are making big noise. I even called the landlord. I said, how many people are supposed to live there? He said 3. No, I said 9. Okay? So I'm out of the house, give it to the trash guy, and pay him under the hands.
Thank you. All right, we have a few appointments this evening. So up next is Resolution 25-41, motion to appoint and promote Charles Scott, Robert Gelet, and Ryan Hunsicker to the rank of captains.
Thank you, Madam
Chief
President.
O'Donnell.
Council, before you this evening for consideration is just that, which is to promote and appoint firefighter Charles Scott, firefighter Gelet, firefighter Hunsicker to the rank of captain.
Council, any questions? Is there a motion to approve Resolution 25-41 to appoint and promote Charles Scott, Robert Gelet, and Ryan Hunsicker to the rank of captain?
So moved. Second.
Could I have a roll call, please?
William McCoy. Peter Robinson. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Natalie Coulson. Jasmine Griffin. Rashad Bates. Rebecca Smith.
Aye, the ayes have it. That resolution is passed. Would you please come forward with your families?
Been asked to step in for Judge Hakeem Jones this evening. He had another obligation, so it's my honor to swear in the three persons in the fire department who are handling a Bible, and I'm going to ask them to put their left hand on that Bible, raise their right hand. I'm going to swear them in en masse, en banc, all at the same time, and for the position of captain. And there's supposed to be a drum roll somewhere around here. Oh, there's a drum roll over to my right. All right, and they have persons that their loved ones next to them. And so I'm going to, it's my honor to do this evening for the three, that's Charles Scott, Robert, is it Gelet or Gelet? And Ryan Hunsicker. All right, here we go. I'm going to say I, and then I want you to repeat your name and then follow me. I, repeat your name. I, put your name, state your name. All right, say it like you mean it. Do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Charter of the Municipality of Norristown, and the laws of Pennsylvania and the Municipality of Norristown. I will discharge the duties of my office as captain for the Municipality of Norristown with honor and fidelity. I will uphold, obey, and enforce the laws of Pennsylvania and the Municipality of Norristown without consideration to a person's race, color, sex, religious creed, sexual orientation, age, national origin, ancestry, handicap, or disability. Congratulations, you're captain.
All right, and next up we have the oath of office, or swearing in the oath of office for Kayin Nix for the position of police officer.
All right, it's once again my honor to swear in for the position of police officer for Norristown Borough, Kayin Nix. Kayin Nix, right? All right, and who do you have next to you to your left? All right, okay, this is an honorable position for an incredible town where the county seat of Montgomery County is, so you're privileged. So I'm going to ask you to do the same thing that the firemen did for the captain position. I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to say I, and I'm going to ask you to repeat your name, and then follow me. I, your name, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Charter of the Municipality of Norristown, and the laws of Pennsylvania and the Municipality of Norristown. I will discharge the duties of my office as a police officer for the Municipality of Norristown with honor and fidelity. I will uphold, obey, and defend and enforce the laws of Pennsylvania and the Municipality of Norristown without consideration to a person's race, color, sex, religious creed, sexual orientation, age, national origin, ancestry, handicap, or disability. Congratulations, you're a Norristown police officer.
We'll give a moment to kind of reset here. And then turn it over to our Municipal Administrator, the request for Municipal Council approval of updated Kilkenny Law retainer agreement.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The reason for this request is we know we passed the budget at the beginning of the year. However, due to an increase in right-to-knows and legal opinions and change in ordinances, it's only fair that we reconsider the actual payment of what we were paying Kilkenny Law Firm. Since 2022, we've been paying him at a flat rate of $12,600 a month, which is far less than many of our other law firms and other places that are using legal services. So in further discussion with the law firm, they're going to take on more responsibility of the right-to-knows. Because of the complexity of the right-to-knows and more requests, it's just better that the legal team handles it. So we have asked to increase their retainer fee, and that's a flat rate of $19,000, so that is an increase from the current of $12,600. But it is justified, and when we looked at over the last 3 years, since 2022, we do get a variance statement that comes in. It shows us what is actually billed versus the number of hours they use and what we actually pay. And we have far exceeded those amounts on a monthly basis, almost by double digits. So again, we feel that it's a fair request, and we're asking you to move forward favorably on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
I just want to make I'll make more so a statement. I know we've been very busy in the last couple of years and even now. I'm surprised you didn't ask us to raise it earlier. So this is a natural progression, just for people who don't know. The more the municipality is doing, the more services he's providing. So it's a natural increase, and actually, he's actually saving us money in my mind by having a retainer instead of billing us hourly, because most business people would have kept the retainer the same and once you hit it, they'll be billing you and it'll cost us more money. So I appreciate it, Mr. Kilkenny.
All right, is there a motion to approve the updated Kilkenny Law retainer agreement?
So moved. Second.
Could I have a roll call, please?
William McCoy? Madeira Robinson. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Natalie Colson. Jasmine Griffin. Rashad Bates. Rebecca Smith.
Aye, the ayes have it. Resolution number 25-50, the request from Municipal Council to approve the purchase of a vehicle for parking enforcement.
Thank you, Madam President. Again, this is in our capital CIP and our capital improvement plan. However, it's moved up a little faster. This vehicle got in an accident a few months back. We did get insurance on it. The insurance amount that we did receive was $19,747 minus a $1,000 deductible, which gave us $18,747. As you can see, the cost of the vehicle to replace it is $56,235. So we would be taking $37,488 out of our capital improvement plan budget in order to acquire this new parking enforcement vehicle. We're asking you to approve this favorably so we can move forward with the purchase to replace our parking enforcement vehicle. And just one other thing, this is the vehicle that we use to carry our boots, all the equipment, so that it doesn't bounce around inside the smaller vehicles we have. So everything goes into this pickup truck.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
I take it this was an old truck, because I see the amount that we got back, and then, so I guess they salvaged it, and that's what they gave us for that particular amount. Okay.
My
Councilwoman
question-
Robinson?
Yes, thank you. My question was going to be, we said we were already replacing this truck, right? And was the hope when we replaced it then to sell the older model? Yes. Okay, so this is, the exchange moved up a little faster.
It moved up faster.
Lost the total. Got it. And then when we put in our budget line, and you may not know this off the top of your head, but I'm going to wonder, are we in line with the cost savings that we hope to have? I think we probably initially had a cost of what the vehicle would cost, but we would make the purchase and then hope to recover some by salvaging it. Are we within moderation?
We're still in line, because our fleet manager, what he does is we go and look at, barring inflation, right? But we normally look ahead and we'll add a couple of percentages higher because of the cost change throughout the year. But we're in line.
Okay, thank you so much.
Is there a resolution to approve, or is there a motion to approve resolution number 25-50 for Municipal Council to approve the purchase of a vehicle for parking enforcement?
So moved. Second.
Could I have a roll call, please?
Ian McCoy. Madeira Robinson.
Aye.
Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Natalie Colson. Jasmine Griffin. Rashad Bates. Rebecca Smith.
The ayes have it. Resolution 25-50 is approved. Moving on to buildings and code compliance. The request for approval of HARB certificates of approval. Mr. Gordon.
Good evening, President Smith and Council. This month, the Historic Review Board has taken in consideration 2 applications which they have approved and are being presented to you tonight for your consideration. It'll be 1027 West Main Street and 1305 DeKalb Street.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the HARB certificates of appropriateness for this month?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
On to fire, resolution number 25-47, request for council to approve the purchase of personnel protective equipment from Witmer Public Safety Group.
Thank you, Madam President. Members of council, before you this evening is Resolution 25-47, request for approval to purchase 7 structural firefighting jackets and 7 structural firefighting pants for our firefighters at a cost of $35,898. And this is a budgeted expense that is currently captured in our 2025 operating budget.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
Not a question, but just a point of clarity to clarify too that some of this new equipment is going to go to our new firefighters as well, right?
Correct. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve resolution 25-47 to approve the purchase of personal protective equipment from Witmer Public Safety Group?
So moved. Second.
Could I have a roll call, please?
William McCoy. Madeira Robinson.
Aye.
Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Natalie Colson. Jasmine Griffin.
Aye.
Rashad Bates. Rebecca Smith.
Aye. The ayes have it. Resolution number 25-47 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Public Works, Mr. Odenabo, Resolution 25-48, professional services to be performed by Pennoni for beautification of Main Street and Marshall Street.
Good evening, Council. This is, we are going to be working with Pennoni, our city engineer, for work they'll be doing to beautify Main Street and Marshall. And this will be paid from the ARPA fund. And this is a project that we need to start as soon as possible because this fund must be used before the end of 2026. So what Pennoni will be doing to assess what's on Main Street and Marshall, and then come up with a concept for beautifying Main Street. And then eventually we would, they'll come up with an estimate cost, and we have the money to award to look for a contractor to do the job. And we will all be involved in the construction management and inspection. So this is what it's all about. So I'm asking the council to approve that Pennoni be paid for the professional service for doing this job.
Council, any questions?
I'll let you go.
Yeah, not questions per se, but just points of clarity for the importance of this project. Main Street as well as Marshall Street are two of the streets in Norristown that stretch almost the entire distance of our municipality. They represent our socioeconomic centers as well as centralized to most of our corridor, as well as traveling through Norristown, but as also when people are traveling from county to county or from the city and through Norristown. So it really stakes our corridor positioning. So I think ideally it is great to focus in on these areas. I just wanted to highlight that in this process of looking at these, it seems like it's going to be a collaborative process that also includes the community and stakeholders into the process to bring their ideas to the forefront. And as I noticed in the project overall, that some of the considerations, obviously not limited to this, but some of the considerations could include things like trash cans, what parking could be, street signs, planters, wayfinding signage, business signage, possibly murals, as well as updates to crosswalks, facade improvements, maintenance. So a varying stretch of what can happen here. There is a lot that it sounds like there could be benefit from these corridors, and they are central to the life of our community. So I just wanted to highlight that for the community. But if I missed something, or if I said something incorrectly, please let me know.
No, you got them right. The only thing I wanted to say is that there's actually some money that the Chamber of Commerce got from the county that they've been investing on Main Street, and Pennoni will equally be coordinating this, so to make sure that it's part of this project. Yeah. So, and Pennoni has done a lot of things in Norristown, and so this is a good opportunity to integrate everything they've done towards this beautification.
Councilman Queenan.
Thank you. We're voting on not the 1.1 million at this time, right? It's just for Pennoni to do the work, to see what it would take. All right, I was a little confused when I was looking at this packet. I was like, hold up.
No, this is just for professional services. We will eventually come back. Pennoni, part of this job will be, Pennoni will identify what will be done, and just let the council be involved in this.
Right, this is the very beginning stage.
The kickoff will be done in this council by Pennoni, explaining to the council exactly what they are doing. And then at the end of the whole thing, they come again and make a presentation, including the cost.
Right.
And then based on the cost, there's how much we have. Then they will go out for bid. And then eventually we'll come back here to award that contract to whoever that gets it. So this is going to be a process that will take a while.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Council, any other questions?
Not a question. I just wanted to kind of collaborate to Councilman Queenan's thought in that there is a portion of this, though, even though we're not voting on it, there will be a cost, as always, for Pennoni services, and of that cost will be taken then out of the entirety of this budget.
That's correct. Yeah.
Is there a resolution to approve, or is there a motion to approve Resolution 25-48, for professional services to be performed by Pennoni for beautification of Main Street and Marshall Street.
Second.
Could I have a roll call, please?
William McCoy. Adira Robinson. Dustin Queenan. Natalie Colson. Jasmine Griffin. Rashad Bates. Rebecca Smith.
Ayes have it. Resolution 25-48 is approved. Resolution 25-49 for advertisement of the award of 2025 street paving project.
Yeah,
CIP.
we have a budget of 1 million for street paving in Norristown, as part of the CIP. And what we are, and this we pay from liquid fuel. So what we are asking the council to give us the authority to advertise this project. So Pennoni is going to be the engineer that is designing this and working with them. We've come up with about 5 streets that we've done. Yeah. So this is just to get the authority to advertise this project for bid.
Council, any questions?
Just a comment.
Vice President Bates.
Hey, Thomas. So I just want to say you're a great negotiator because every time you do stuff with Kehoe and other people, you get them to do things for free for us to save us a lot of money, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thanks.
Councilman Queenan.
I just want to say, once this is done, we'll be able to address a lot of questions. People keep talking about the streets, so I appreciate you on that fact.
Thank you.
Council, any other questions?
Yes, just a comment. I also wanted to say that I think this is great. I'm excited about the ministries that you all are going to be addressing for this. Is it okay if we say what those streets are in regards to what streets will be addressed in this particular paving?
Yeah,
Okay, I can say it. I just wanted to make sure that we're allowed to.
Thanks, yeah.
Okay, great. So it sounds like we will be addressing West Fernand Street
Yes.
from DeKalb Street to Harding Boulevard,
Yes,
East Marshall Street from New Hope Street to Arch Street,
that's great.
Buttonwood Street from Marshall Street to Elm Street,
That's great.
Westwood Street from Swede Street to Harding Boulevard,
That's great.
Noble Street from Marshall to Airy Street,
Yes.
West Oak from Stanbridge to Noble Street, East Oak from Walnut Street to Arch Street, and then Fernance from Sandy Hill to East Fernance.
That's great. And there's something these streets have in common. Many of them, a part of it have been paid by the water company for free. So we are trying to complement to make sure, so like when we finish this, the whole of March will be paved. So we are complementing some job that has been done by the water company or by PICO to actually so that we can have a full street paved.
The only other thing that I'd just like to add, and I'm sure you will do so, but just as from a resident and someone who takes these roads, as much advance notice as we can have on road closures and how to make workarounds with the multitude of projects that are going on right now, it's hard to make a straight line in this community. So it would be really great for as much as we can, and please let me know how I can collaborate to help get that information out as well.
I'm going to be working with Kevin.
Here for you.
Man, right over there.
I just want to make a caveat. You named all those streets, but remember, this has to be bid.
Yeah.
So we may not be able to hit all of those, but that's the intent.
Intent received.
All right, is there a motion to approve resolution 25-49, advertisement of the award or of 2025 street paving project SIP? Could I have a roll call, please?
William McCoy. Adira Robinson. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Natalie Colson. Jasmine Griffin. Rashad Bates. Rebecca Smith.
Aye, the ayes have it. Resolution 25-49 is approved. Resolution, on to Norristown Stormwater Authority operations. Resolution 25-46, request to approve the agreement with Pennoni for professional services totaling $42,800.
Yeah, this is actually to have the council approve that we can go to Stormwater Authority to award this contract. So this is a presentation to council for the approval. We'll still be going to Stormwater Authority for another approval.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve Resolution 25-46 to request the Norristown Stormwater Authority to approve the agreement with Pennoni for professional services totaling $42,800. Madam Secretary, could I please have a roll call?
Liam McCoy. Aye. Deidre Robinson. Aye. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Natalie Coulson. Jasmine Griffin. Aye. Rashad Bates. Aye. Rebecca Smith.
Aye, the ayes have it. Resolution 25-46 is approved.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. On to our departmental reports. This evening we have finance up first.
Good evening, Council. In April, we began the process of implementing the new HR payroll system that you approved the last meeting. We hope to go live. The plan is to go live for the first pay in July. We've also been working on a new stormwater billing system. The 2025 bills should be out by the end of next week. The 2025 real estate tax discount period ended April 15th. We collected 73% as compared to last year was 68%. We give help. We had a lot of help from Kevin this year, putting out a lot of reminders and notices on social media. Tax certifications have been very high this year again. This will mostly due to like Honey Lane, new things in Honey Lane and the Kennedy Kendrick sales. So this will translate into higher real estate transfer tax revenue and prorated real estate tax. We're also doing a lot of work on the 2024 audit. The results are very good. Revenue last year was about $2 million higher than budgeted. A lot of that was EIT collected by Berkheimer, about $700,000. Delinquent BPT, business privilege tax collected by Tri-State was higher by $286,000. They've been doing a lot of auditing, so that's a lot of the delinquent stuff they're pulling in. $200,000 was right at the end of the year last year. Real estate transfer tax was 200 and some thousand higher than budgeted, and bank interest again was a lot higher due to our high bank balances. That was $455,000 higher. Expenditures were $2 million lower. Approximately, these are unaudited numbers. Most of that was related to staffing. Police was very low, and we had open management positions for more than half of the year in 3 of the departments. Our next steps, we plan to review our 2025 budget based on our current conditions and current estimates, give you line item revisions, and due to the beneficial results from 2024, we're going to request that we move some of the general fund balance over to CIP, again, to cover the cost of a lot of big projects that we have going on for the next 2 years. So more to come later in the summer. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions?
It just sounds like a lot of good things are happening right now.
Pardon me?
Sound like a lot of good things are happening.
Yes,
So I
yes.
appreciate
Well, low staffing is not a good thing, but the revenues are up, so that's a great thing.
Okay.
Thank you. Our next presenting department this evening is planning.
Good evening, Madam President and members of council. Jay Musanya could not join us tonight, so I will be presenting on behalf of the planning department. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Snout Geyser. I'm the Senior Planner and Grants Coordinator for the Planning Department. Tonight I will present 2 things, an economic development project story map, as well as share updates on a few of those projects. Before we dive in, I'd like to take a minute to introduce Stephen Shehu. He is our Junior Planner and Grants Coordinator. He assisted greatly in the development of this story map. And with that, let's jump right in. So this story map is a visual interactive tool that the public and staff can use to learn about the economic development projects throughout the municipality. The story map highlights projects that have been completed or under construction and planned within the municipality. So starting at the top, you will see the following categories: all projects, mixed use, public infrastructure, commercial, residential, recreation and tourism, and public government and medical. On the All Projects tab, on the left, there are titles for each project, and on the right, there is a map that shows the municipal boundaries as well as pinpoints for the locations of these projects. As you mouse over the tiles on the left, a pop-up on the map will show you where that project is located. So when you click on a tile, the map will zoom into the actual location, as you can see there. And on the left, there's a project description, a project status, and project photos. To view the photos, you simply can just click on the arrows on the right and the left, and you can navigate through those photos. If you scroll down on the left, you will see that the map will jump to the next location. As you can see, just if you scroll down, Kevin. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. If you click on the Norristown State Hospital, and then scroll down. There we go. Thank you. Next, we will showcase what the user will experience when visiting each category. Under mixed use, on the left, you will see, again, the tiles for the projects, and on the right, the map. As you can see, the map has isolated the individual mixed-use projects. So just like the all projects function, when you click on a tile, the map will zoom in to the project location, and the project description and status will display on the right, as you can see. If you can go ahead and click on public infrastructure, please. This category presents projects related to road improvements and streetscapes. If you take a look at the map, there are project pinpoints, but there are also various colors highlighted on the map. Kevin, if you can go ahead and click on Arch Street Greenway project, please. This project is a 6-phased project. On the left, you can see again, the project description. If you scroll down just a little bit for me, Kevin, you can see the status of each phase. On the right, the map provides a visual to each phase. So, Kevin, if you can click on the plus sign in the lower right-hand corner, and if you can just, on the map, move down. There we go. Yep. Keep going, please. As you can see, phase 1 is Lafayette Street to East Main Street. It's a status of complete, so it provides a visual on the road, on the map of the phase for that project. If you can go ahead and click on commercial, this category highlights the various small businesses that the municipality has provided assistance to over the years. Residential category showcases completed, ongoing, and planned housing developments. Recreation and tourism presents the current ongoing projects. And then finally, the public, government, and medical category are grouped in one. As you can see, the municipality is highlighted in this section. That's a very high level overview of the story map, which will allow, again, the public and staff to stay on top, or stay in the loop with the projects that are going on. Stevens, if I've missed anything, we're good? Okay. Council, are there any questions regarding this story map?
Council, any questions?
No, just
Councilwoman Robinson?
I was just going to say a comment. This website looks amazing. It's very intuitive, easy for people to see, so I really like to see that. And Kevin, that red light means you have critical updates.
In their town, so, and it has the visuals there, so I'm pretty excited about this. I gotta go tap in there and look around myself.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. Mike also wanted to just say that I think this is a really great project, and it's going to be really nice to be able to see that information and be up to speed and be able to catch up with it. I agree with Councilman Bates. It's very intuitive. I like how it's shaping up. I was wondering, is this already live to the public, or if not, when would the rollout be for everyday citizens to go ahead and access this?
We are hoping tomorrow, as long as Council's okay with it.
Nice.
Great.
Seems like Council's pretty impressed by it. I would just like to say that I think that this is really cool. Also, when it is live to the public, how does the public find this?
So it will be on the municipal website in our economic development page. So that will be stored there.
Thank you.
One last question. Is there a cycle in place? Sorry, I had to turn it on. Is there at all a maintenance cycle in place? Like, how often will this be refreshed?
So Stevens, our junior planner, he handles the day-to-day for the land development. So as we get updates, he will be the go-to individual who will update the map and keep it live and, not live, up to date and maintained is the words I was looking for.
I have the teeny tiniest, nittiest, grittiest question. This map looks like it's just a Google Maps import or embedded in that. Is that correct? My question is really because all of the schools listed, Holy Savior School, Gotwell's, Hartrampt School, Stewart, all of those either no longer exist or their names have changed.
So the map is ArcGIS or
Okay.
Esri, so we pulled the data from those maps in that database.
Okay.
But that's good to know.
Well, just thinking that if there's an ability to change it, that would be awesome since we're showing forward-thinking projects, and those are all schools that don't exist or have since changed names. But understand that sometimes you can't change what's on a map.
When you priority, send us a link so we can share it. It's our priority in the plans, but.
Yep, we can do that.
And council, this is ArcGIS. This is what we've been talking about. All of our departments are going to be using ArcGIS, and this GIS system will be on our website. So you will see what we call overlays. So everything that we do in this municipality will be on ArcGIS. So when your question to the mapping is, we don't control the mapping, but we have to contact Esri, because many municipalities, counties, states use ArcGIS, or Esri, which is ArcGIS. So it's a very holistic system. And as far as updating it, we will be required to update. So I would say if you do see things that are outdated or you've got to let us know. Because it's such a robust system, we might not be able to catch everything. But we will stay on top of it.
So to tie this really back to the very beginning of the meeting, this is also the system that people will be able to find out where the dog waste stations are.
The waste stations, our parks, the playground equipment, the fire hydrants, the streets everything that we do will be on ArcGIS.
That's great. And will there also be, you mentioned them being able to spot things to let you know if something was incorrect or not there. Is that part of the tool that they can, from here, let you know what's going on, or is that an email process?
We are still developing that, but it's close.
So Kevin, we will actually transition into some of the economic development updates. So the Norristown State Hospital, PRDC, the Redevelopment Authority, and the Municipality of Norristown signed the agreement of sale on February 24th, 2025 in Municipal Hall. A public hearing will be held on May 21st for the proposed zoning text and zoning map amendment for the proposed mixed-use overlay of the institutional zoning district. Next slide, thank you. The Arch Street Greenway Corridor Improvements Project. The municipal engineer submitted a Historic Architectural Review Board, HARB, application. The project received a certificate of appropriateness in March of 2025. The two-way DeKalb Street, PennDOT is currently designing the project, so as we get more information, we will share that. The Lafayette Street Extension Project, Phase 4 is under design by the PA Turnpike. The interchange project requires a section of the Ridge Pike Improvement Project to be underway first, which construction for this section is anticipated to begin in early 2026. Construction of Phase 4 of this project is anticipated to begin as early as in the middle of 2027. 14 West Main Street, the contractor received a permit extension in March 2025. Signage for the front of the building has been ordered and will be installed at the end of May. Website, social media, and online ordering is currently being set up, and the project is on track to be completed by the end of spring 2025. The Historic Facade Improvement Program, 5 grants have been approved into the program, which is funded by CDBG and ARPA funds. To date, 20 applications have been received, and 4 applications are currently under review. The Justice Center, exterior sidewalks, garden beds, and open spaces are currently being worked on. Interior millwork and courtrooms are being completed. Arbor Place, the former Kennedy Kenrick High School redevelopment. Construction of Phase 2, which are the garden apartments, are underway. And as you can see, Phase 1 is moving along quickly. Isaac Court, The 5 building groups for a total of 30 dwelling units have been constructed. The last report, 23 units have been sold. 2 additional units for a total of 25 units have been sold from $373,000 to $476,000. Montgomery Park Senior Housing, construction of Phase 3 is currently underway, as you can see in that image. The Housing Rehabilitation Program, for the CDBG program, 1 project is currently under construction. For the DCD portion of the program, 5 cases are currently under construction, with 1 in the pre-construction phase. For the first-time home buyers financial assistance program, municipality planning staff attended the Montgomery County Partners for Home Ownership Housing Fair in April of 2025. Stinson Hall, a pre-construction meeting was held in early April and site work has started. 1020 Violet Street, construction is underway. 820 Thomas Street, the project was sold to a new developer in December of 2024. Escrow agreements are being worked on. 1340 and 1342 Markley Street, the pre-construction meeting for this project will be scheduled. 902 Violet Street, the developer received zoning approval on February 25th, 2025. The developer will submit land development plans. Elmwood Park Zoo, a public hearing was held on April 15th of 2025 to consider the conditional use approval of the master plan. The conditional use was approved on the same date, April 15th, 2025. Elmwood Park improvements and expansion. The municipality received a draft of the Elmwood Park master plan on April 30th, 2025. And last, the Trail Junction Center. The county needed to rebid the project due to insufficient bidders, and the bids are due by May 30th. They are now anticipating their construction to begin in July of 2025. And with that, those are our updates.
A lot, yeah. All good things. Council, any questions?
That was a lot, and that sounds really great. I can't wait to dig through it again and look through all of that. I just wanted to circle back to 14 West Main Street. I know that project had some delays going forward. I just want to make sure I heard correctly that you said signage is being ordered, online delivery is something that's happening.
Correct.
And the project will be
completed by the end of spring.
Spring 2025.
Correct. Yep. The signage was already ordered, so they're expecting it to be installed at the end of May.
We're in spring 2025.
Yep.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Have a good evening.
And our next presenting department is Recreation.
Good evening, members of council.
Evening.
I'm sorry, I'm a little sleepy. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. So I'm here this evening to give you our spring updates for the Department of Recreation. So our spring events that we've held so far, we've had MLK Day of Service. We've also hosted our second annual Iftar event, our first annual spring egg hunt, and our annual spring basketball league, which is actually happening right now. It's actually time for game number 2. Our games are being held at Eisenhower Middle School. Our high schoolers and our biddy ball league is being held at the Norristown Recreation Center. We had a great turnout with registration, and I'll show you those numbers shortly. So these are photos of our MLK Day event. We had 25 participants that came from middle schools as well as their families. So these are just some of the photos that we have taken throughout all of the events that we had. This is our Iftar event. During the Iftar event, it is during the holy month of Ramadan. So this is the second time that we held this event. We've had more than 60 plus participants that were involved in this event, and going forward next year, we plan to partner with the Norristown Islamic Society so that we can continue to enhance the event. During the celebration, of course, it started off with prayer before breaking fast, and while breaking fast, everyone received a prayer card. This is our spring egg hunt. So another few photos of the spring egg hunt that we hosted. It was held at Elmwood Park. This was the first egg hunt that we hosted so far since myself and my teammates have been together. It was a successful event. It was planned at the last minute, so with the turnout that we had, we were actually really, really impressed with the turnout that we had, and all of the participants were excited. We had 2 lucky winners that received a big basket at the end, and we gave out a total of 1,000 eggs that day, so it was a lot of eggs that we gave out. And this is our basketball league. At the top, I have to highlight the Bitty Ball kids. So at the top, you can see them in their green and white jerseys. They look so cute. We intentionally picked the colors for the teams based upon what the teams' names were from the previous years. So Bitty Ball is Kelly green and white, 8 and under is red and black, 11 through 13 is blue and gold, and our high school age group is maroon and white. And this is a video from our spring egg hunt. So this is what it looked like when it started off. Yes, we cut the video short. I just cut it short for the presentation. The next video is some of the evaluations that we have for basketball. This is the 8 to 10 age group. And we have one more of basketball. This is also 8 to 10. And our basketball program is all hands on deck. So we have a total of 8 teammates that work inside of our facility, and everyone has a role and a responsibility within this basketball league. We also have volunteers. We have some amazing parents that also stepped in to become coaches. We also have some great referees that are from the local community as well that are working with us to make sure that this basketball league is successful. Memorial Day, we are still going to move forward with our Memorial Day concert. We are going to hold the Memorial Day concert on Latshaw Field. It is going to take place Sunday, May the 25th, and everything is being provided by Rotation Records. They do our sound, they also do our lights. They also assist us with booking our bands as well. After the Memorial Day concert, we will pause for the season until repairs are completed with the band shell. So we are not going to release the bands to the public just yet until we are 100% sure that everything is moving forward with the band shell. But this is the summer concert series. It is scheduled to take place, of course, at Elmwood Park. Band shell is scheduled to take place June the 29th and end on September the 7th. So we kind of extended it out a little bit longer since we are unaware of where we're going to be as far as the band shell. But we are very confident that the band shell will be ready by June the 29th for our first summer concert. This is a little small, but this is our movie nights. Our movie nights are scheduled. We do 2 movie nights per month. Every other Thursday is when we do a movie night. We are also this year going to partner with the Montgomery County Library so that we all can come together and do movie nights. Montgomery County Library, they also host movie nights, so it makes more sense for both organizations to just work together and service the community for the movie nights. Now we get to the numbers. So this is our website. I know that you guys have heard me talk about this website for a while. Of course, the website officially launched, and this is what it looks like on the customer side. You can access this website directly from norristown.org, so any flyers that we post on norristown.org, it automatically has a link underneath it to redirect you to our website. Once you are redirected, you can create an account. You would have to create an account in order to register for any programs or any events that we have that are going on within the Department of Recreation. However, you are free to maneuver the website. You can click on programs, facilities, or calendars or leagues just to see what is going on. And once you get ready to register, that's when you would go in and you would create your account and you can move forward and proceed with registration. Now, our numbers. We have our programs listed here. Inside of this is actually RecDesk. So this was the system that I was speaking to you guys about, the data management system. So with RecDesk, it helps us to successfully monitor all of our registrations as well as our payments that we receive from our customers. Right now, summer camp is full. So everything that you see here, it says full, 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 because we have maxed out with our numbers. We currently have 15 participants on the waiting list in age groups 7 and 8. We have 5 participants on the waiting list for ages 9 to 10, and we had several parents come in today to attempt to register, and it's very unfortunate that we have to turn them away. We are at our capacity at both of our locations. We are utilizing Hancock Elementary School as well as the Norristown Recreation Center due to the size of our camp. The campers that will be located at Hancock Elementary School, they will only be at Hancock for 5 weeks. Our camp is a total of 8 weeks. So those participants will come back to our building at the end of their 5 weeks over at Hancock. But again, due to the size of our camp, we currently have 105 participants registered for summer camp. So due to the size, we have to make sure that we have the facilities for the participants to access. Within our basketball league, all of our numbers are pretty much maxed out for basketball as well. As you can see, the 8 to 10 age group is the largest age group. We increased that number 3 different times. So with us increasing the number, because we just kept getting kids and we don't like to turn kids away, especially for certain programs. So we increased the numbers, we extended registration. We now have 56 kids in 8 to 10. We actually have 28 children in the high school age group, 40 participants in 11 through 13, and 22 biddy ball participants. And these are the schedules in case anyone wants to come and check out any games on Mondays. Mondays is biddy ball at the Recreation Center as well as high school basketball. All other games are held at Eisenhower Middle School. And that is all that I have for today. Anyone has any questions?
Councilwoman Robinson?
Thank you so much to Parks and Recs for what you're doing. I really appreciated seeing this. It was nice to get a glimpse in. You made me a little sad because I did not get the chance. I could not make the schedule work to register my son for basketball, but now I see for sure that we missed out. So we will be the nagging parents next time, for sure, in line. But I also just wanted to highlight this work because I think there are 2 very strong stigmas that have been attached to our community that your work is directly challenging. 1, there's nothing for the kids to do. 2, we have stuff and they don't show up. You have now challenged both of those narratives with this work, and that's very exciting to see the multitude of programming that's available here and the work that you're doing with our youth and the fact that they are showing up in leaps and bounds and maxing out those programs, making us have more problems, which is how do we do more? Good problem to have. So I celebrate you and the work that you're doing as well as the families who have been participating. This is really awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And basically, I just want to say, first of all, it's like you're bursting at the seams. And just to piggyback on what you just said, it seems like we're going to have to revisit to see how we can make this, incorporate more children. I'm glad to see this because I think this might be the first time since I've been on council that it seems like it's being this robust. So I appreciate the work that you're doing. And we need to talk.
Thank you.
And I just want to say, I love everything you're doing, but I specifically love the iftar that you had. That's amazing that you had an event that reached out to a cultural, religious community that is very large in Norristown. So that was very nice, and I'm glad to hear that you will continue to have that.
Thank you.
Councilman Colson?
I do appreciate all the work you're doing. Everything looks fantastic, all the numbers. I'm familiar with RecDesk as well. I do have a question, though. Are we running any senior programs, and if so, when?
Yes, we have bingo every Thursday, and we also have line dancing on Fridays.
Oh, awesome. Great. That's awesome. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Before you do that, I think there was an invitation out to council that you were supposed to be at line dancing last Friday.
I think we've been invited a couple times.
You said line dancing? I'll videotape.
My bad.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Whoops. So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.